Welcome back to another episode of the Live Your Yes Life podcast. I'm Lisa Limata. I'm going to be your host for today, and we are going to dive in to, I think, a really important topic. This is the truth about consistency, because this is something we talk about with our clients all the time. How being consistent is one of the keys to success. However, there's an important caveat to the way we're holding consistency and why just taking action alone will not fix your income struggles. So if you're someone who desires to have really consistent cash flow months, or maybe you're working towards your first you're looking at 5-figure months, your first 100K year, something like that, this episode is definitely for you. If you feel like you've been taking all the actions, you've been doing all the things, being consistent, and yet you're still noticing you're not quite hitting your goals. So welcome back. I'm so excited that you're here. Before we dive in, I want to talk about something important because the Joy Challenge is coming up and we are getting started soon. This is happening January 27th through the 29th. This is my absolute favorite challenge that we do. And I've got a free ticket for you if you want to come along for the ride this time. So I just had a conversation with one of the women who went through the Joy Challenge when we led it last year. And she said to me, Lisa, this year for me was so incredibly different in the best way. And I really know that it was different because of the work I did with you and Kayla in the Joy Challenge. And I was so intrigued. I was like, really, your entire year was different. Tell me about your year. What was the shift? What was different? And the shift was she started prioritizing her own joy. She started paying attention to what actually lights her up inside, her own desires, instead of waiting until, she took care of everyone else, instead of people pleasing or feeling like she had to be checking off all of the boxes. She tuned in and she started to make it a priority. And what transpired from this was that she ended up leaving her career, which was the quote unquote, stable, secure job. She is an entrepreneur on the side. And she invested in deepening of her education in what she wants to create with that. She did some extensive travel. She is planning a retreat. She is diving deep into her business, and her life is just feeling so much more joyful and impactful. And so these are the kind of results that happen when you jump into the Joy Challenge. This is a 3-day event where we are going to simply reconnect you to the essence of who you are. And when we do this, it unlocks the energy of abundance, and you're going to learn how to take inspired action from a place of joy. So, not from hustle, but coming from this place of joy. And there's a big difference. And you're going to hear a little bit about that today in this episode. So, like I said, I have a free ticket for you. You can click the link below, claim your free spot. So, if you're someone who is ready to just really feel aligned, inspired, unstoppable, if you want to leave me a message, at the end of this year and tell me your year looked completely different because you went through this Joy Challenge, then you've got to come inside and see what it's all about. You're going to walk away with very real shifts in your life, practical tools that you can use every single day, and a deeper sense of trust in your ability to create from the inside out. So, this challenge is kicking off on Monday, the 27th. So, please don't wait. Go ahead and click the link, grab your spot. Even if you're listening to this and we've already started, there'll still be an opportunity for you to catch up. So, click the link and make sure that you join us inside. Okay, so let's dive in. Let's talk about a myth that I see a lot in the entrepreneurial world. And that is, if you just keep taking more and more and more action, you'll eventually break through and you'll fix your cash flow issue, or you'll fix your money struggles, whatever that is. And so we feel like as long as we're moving, as long as we're taking action, we're eventually going to get there. Okay. And consistency is important. I do agree with consistency. It's something that we really work on inside of our programs over at Rise Leadership Circle is, we've got to develop consistent practices that are going to get us where we want to go. But here's what I want to land for you today is when we are taking this consistent action from a place of anxiety or fear or scarcity, it does not create sustainable results. Okay. It actually keeps you stuck in the same cycle of hustle or overwhelm. So if you're just taking more and more and more action, but you're taking it from this place of fear, then eventually you're going to really run out of steam, or you're going to burn out, or you're just going to lose motivation to keep going. So instead, we want to take action from a place that is rooted in joy, because this is where you will be able to take consistent, inspired action that actually produces results. Okay. I've definitely been there in my life. I can remember a time in my previous business where I felt like I was just hustling like crazy. And I was burning my team out as well. It was like every day, it was like, keep going, keep going, keep going. But the reality of where I was internally inside is that I was terrified that we wouldn't make it. I was living in a place of fear. I was waking up in the middle of the night worrying about, the what ifs and what if this doesn't happen. And of course, coming from that kind of energy, I ended up going through massive burnout, and realizing that there has to be a better way to create success. And so, a good way to think about this, I want to give you guys another analogy to think about it is that, let's just say you're someone who you have a goal that you want to go to the gym. And if your reasons for wanting to go to the gym to get fit and healthy are coming from a place of hating your body, maybe telling yourself that you're too heavy or you don't like the way you look, or it's like coming from this place of not being enough. And that's the reason you want to go to the gym. That might motivate you initially, right? That might get you there for the first couple of weeks and you're going. And, if you're not actually going for reasons that you love, for reasons that bring you joy, if it's just so that you can be enough, eventually you're probably going to give up and not stick with it, right? Because, after that first couple of weeks and you're sore and it's inconvenient, and you've got to make the space for it. If those reasons aren't coming from a strong place within you and a real desire, like you just really have a desire to feel good, to, create better health for yourself, then it's probably not going to last, right? So the same thing is true about cash flow and creating consistent, money. So those of you who are entrepreneurs and listening, maybe you want to create those 5-figure months and that's what you're working at. You want to make sure that you're creating from a place of joy, that you're actually really tapped into what it is that lights you up, what lights you up about the work that you do, about the service that you're bringing into the world. And so when we can connect to the things that bring us joy, we're able to connect to that empowering place inside of ourselves. So, what happens is you become deeply connected to who you are. When you are not denying yourself the things that light you up, but you're actually giving yourself what you need, your energy, your nervous system is balanced, it's stable, and you have this way, like you'll think about a time when you were really tapped into your joy, right? There is a magnetic energy that just sort of naturally leads to taking inspired actions. And the inspired actions that come from joy are the effective actions, right? Those are the actions where you're coming from this place of just really, maybe it's being in service, or maybe it's talking about your product and service in a way that just lights you up. It feels good, it creates results. A good thing to think about, I always like to imagine that when you're connected to your joy, I want you to imagine that you're like a lighthouse and you're just standing on harbor and you are shining your light so bright, right? When you're shining your light from that place, you don't have to chase clients, you don't have to chase opportunities, you don't have to exhaust yourself. You're noticing that just by being you, being in the state of joy, people are drawn to your light. And that's why this work is so powerful. So I want to give you one actionable step that you can take today, okay? Just one thing I want you to think about. What can you do today that connects you to your joy? This could be something in your business. Maybe there's some practice that you have or something that you do that you absolutely love to do in your business. I'll tell you one of mine that brings me a lot of joy is I love to go deep on certain subject matters or topics that are interesting to me. I love to read books about it or listen to podcasts or go deep. And then I naturally will take that, run it through my own filter, and share it then with my clients. Right? I'll take that information and I'll be able to share it in a way that it can be impactful. And I love to do it. It inspires me. It lights me up for you. So this could be something like that in your business that you'd love to do, but it also could be just something in your life that connects you to yourself. Maybe it's a walk in nature. Maybe you love to dance, maybe it's just dancing to your favorite song or listening to music and singing out loud in your car or spending an hour just really thinking about the impact you want to make. And then I want you to do it. So just choose one thing and commit to doing it today. And I want you to notice how that shifts your energy. It's such a small step, but I'm telling you, it can be the beginning of a huge transformation. So, if this idea of getting rooted in your joy is resonating for you, the joy challenge is definitely where you need to be. I want you to imagine spending 3 days with us where you are waking up each day with a clear sense of purpose and this energy of joy really guiding your decisions. Okay. So, after just 3 days, you will notice a shift in your mindset. We're going to be unlocking the flow of abundance. You're going to discover what your joy jumpstart is. You're going to create your own joy wheel, which you'll understand once you get inside. And this is going to help you reconnect with the most powerful magnetic version of you. So, a couple of things that you can expect: you're going to receive daily joy prompts from us that are designed to help you realign with what lights you up. We're going to go through some bite-sized practices that will fit even if you're super busy. You'll be able to do this, I promise. You're going to receive powerful guidance that is really going to help you break free from scarcity thinking so you can tap into your natural abundance. And all of this, of course, a supportive community, and we're all in it together, stepping into our joy and our power. And then by the end of the week, I promise you, you are going to be feeling clearer, lighter, more empowered than you felt in a long time. So you'll also leave this 3 days with a deeper understanding of how to stay connected to your joy every single day so that it's not just something you do for 3 days and then you move on, but you can be like my client that I was telling you about who actually had her entire year look different. You'll start to see how that energy shows up in your business, your finances, your life. So I'm really excited. If this is resonating for you and you want to step into this, this is an opportunity to say yes to yourself. You can grab your free ticket below. Click the link below wherever you are listening to this podcast. And I just want to give you a reminder as I'm closing off today. Remember that consistency isn't about just taking action in order to take action if you're coming from a place of anxiousness or scarcity, but it really is about staying connected to the energy that lights you up. Okay, root yourself in joy first and then go and be consistent with that joy fueling everything you do. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, please keep shining your light. I love hearing about all the ways that you are living your yes life. So please say hi. Be sure to follow, like, and share if you know someone who needs to hear this today. Bye for now.